Hey guys, this is Param
And this is Ayush.
and we're back with another episode of podcast for the FIFA 2022 World Cup. So this time we'll be analyzing the 2010 champions, Spain. It's been a decade since Spain has been champions, hasn't it? Yeah, more than a decade and a couple of years. And the Spain squad have, let's say, struggled for the past few years in the World Cup. Have they?
Yeah, I think after the 2010 and 12 heroics of that perfect team,
The golden era of Spain.
the golden era, like wow, you look at that team and it had everything.
It did.
It had the strikers in the name of Fernando Torres. It had the GOAT midfield of Busquets, Xavi, and Iniesta, and the perfect defense that any team would
Poor
ask for.
Ramos, PK. Ramos as a right back. Wow, it seems pretty long.
Ramos as a right back, it's been
And,
so long.
Casillas used to be at goal.
Casillas, the world's best goalkeeper, or maybe better than Emmanuel Noah.
Maybe, yeah.
It was
Legend, a heroic legend,
It
isn't
it was the best team, but then it came. Sadly, it was a downfall. Maybe
Everything has come to an end.
yeah. If you talk about 2014 World Cup, the World Cup curse was on Spain.
They got eliminated by Van Persie. Van Persie's Netherlands. I still remember that match.
That
Was it a plane? Was it a bird? Oh no, it was Robin Van Persie.
the Flying Dutchman.
Yup. And,
But today we are here to talk about Spain.
they did struggle in the 2018 World Cup as well. Against Ronaldo scored a hat trick against De Gea. De Gea was not at his best, let's say.
Yeah.
They got eliminated by Russia on a penalty, and it's been a rough couple of years for Spain. But they're bringing in Lucho is bringing in a new generation of footballers. He's
Yeah.
bringing in players like Pedri. He's bringing in players like Gavi. He's bringing in players like Nico. He's been giving chances to young players, and he has been a bit versatile with his formations lately.
Well, me being a Barcelona fan ever since I was born, and Luis Enrique being a big part of my team's peak era of
Right,
2015, I can't really question him. But then the stats prove that why he is the king of Spanish football right now.
Sure thing.
He and also if you look at Spanish football, ever since it was, they have been stick to that one category of play, that is see the ball, pass the ball. It was
Possession.
followed by Pep Guardiola.
Yup.
It was generated by none other than Barcelona legend Johan Cruyff.
Right, yeah.
Now it's been in the bloods of every Spanish football player.
But do you think this possession game at times affect their playing style? Because when you need to score goals, I think you should play more direct football, and you should actually rather than making possession, passes, horizontal passes, vertical passes, you should play more direct football. Do you think this has affected Spain's run lately in the Nations League, or let's say in the World Cup, the World Cup in the previous years, or the Euro?
I think it does, because keeping the position costs you that time-consuming thing, and if you're down by 1 goal or 2 goal maybe, and you need a comeback or you need a counter, it gives that tough challenge. But then if you look at Luis Enrique's style of play, he has a favored of 4-3-3 formation ever since.
Right, yeah.
That is very vertical. Also, Enrique's approach to the ball position focuses more on constantly penetrating the opponent's defense zone.
Yeah.
It stays over the defense line, and which gives the opponent that mental toughness. What Enrique
He presses a lot with the ball, doesn't he?
yes,
Um,
and also with the players, like with the caliber of players such as Pedri, you see, we can be confident that we might see the position to be around 60-40 in Spain matches.
Yup, we can. Let's talk about the Spain squad, shall we?
Yeah, sure.
Goalkeepers, we have Robert Sanchez, David Raya, and Unai Simon from Athletic Bilbao. Defense, we have Azpilicueta, Eric Garcia from Barcelona, Pau Torres, Jose Gaya, Hugo Gullimon. We have Jordi Alba, the Barcelona legend, making it to the Spain squad this time. Dani Carvajal, the Real right back. We have Iammic Laporte from Man City, and In the midfield, we have Busquets of Barcelona, the captain of Barcelona. We have Marcos Llorente, we have Koke, Gavi, the golden boy, Rodri, Yeremy Pino, and Pedri. Up front, we have Alvaro Morata, Marco Asensio of Real, Ferran Torres of Barca, Nico Williams, and Ansu Fati, the new Barcelona number 10. And we also have the likes of Soler, Dani Olmo, and Pablo Sarabia in the team. So, what do you think about the team, Bajaj?
Well, I think the team has depth. The team has that, the players are filled. There are some great players. But I personally feel, this is my personal opinion on it, and I'll be respectful. I think David De Gea should have been included to the potential squad.
Yeah, we have a few major misses in the team. Ramos was not selected. Thiago was not called up. I mean, you left a player like Thiago and you carry players like Carlos Soler and Pablo Sarabia, who haven't had much game time recently. I do not know what Lucho is thinking, trust me.
Well, but we should trust the one who has showed us, who has proved that why he is.
Lucho has proved with the Spain squad. He went to the finals of the Nations League. He got eliminated in the semi-finals of the Euro. So in the past 2 years, yes, Spain has been it has been trophyless. Spain has been without silverware, but it's just that they have been a few steps away, haven't they?
I feel it's a very young team, first of all, mostly, and if you look the average age of each player in the team, it's around 20-21.
Yeah, that is a pretty young team.
So it is a very young team, and also a young team under such coach. I think we should trust the process and it's like building a team for 2026 or 2030 maybe. We don't know.
Yeah.
Because see, it's a new team. Ansu Fati, Pedri, Gavi, maybe in the future Nico.
Yeah.
You see those players, they come from a background which has that tiki-taka in their blood.
Yeah.
You see players like Carvajal comes with experience.
Right.
The 5-peat champions.
Yeah.
You see players like
you have Azpilicueta as a Champions League winner for Chelsea.
Yeah, Azpilicueta.
He has been pretty good.
Azpilicueta was the captain
Of Chelsea's
Do you
Champions
think-
League winning run.
Who will be the captain for Spain this season?
I think it's going to be Busquets. I think it's going to be
Busi. Well, Sergio Busquets. What a defensive player. What a career he had.
He had a great career. He's still one of the best defensive mid according to me. But lately he has been going through a rough patch. Don't you think?
Well, age catches up with everyone.
It sure does.
It had been caught up with Ramos. It had caught up with Ronaldo, Piqué, Puyol in 2014. So we knew
difficult to dodge edge.
We knew that it was coming, but then maybe but the experience that Sergio Busquets carries to such a young team,
Right.
it speaks for itself, right?
Exactly.
Playing under some defenders like Charles Puyol, playing under a GOAT goalkeeper in the name of Iker Casillas.
Right.
He knows how this team can work, and also he sees the potential.
Exactly. When speaking about experience, do you think that the lack of experience in this team, because the number of young players exceeds the number of old age players, obviously, in the Spain squad, do you think that is going to affect their run to the final or run to this World Cup?
I personally feel that yes, it is a combination of young team and an old team.
Yes.
The young team comes with energy, comes with that morale that yes, we have to prove. But then the old team comes with experience, comes with that style of play that they know that will win the matches, right?
Yes.
So I think every team in this World Cup has that kind of combination of a young team and an old team, and I think it is inevitable. It has to be a secret to that perfect team is to be the number of young players should be more than number of old players, because old players give that experience. They are the leaders of the team.
Yes, they are.
They tell them the stories that how we won matches against some giants, how we won matches against Netherlands, how we won the World Cup, we won the Euros. I think including players like Sergio Busquets, Carvajal, I think it just adds to the experience that they have. But personally speaking, I feel they lack a leader in the name of Sergio Ramos.
Yeah, right.
Because see, even being 36 years old or maybe 37 next year, he is still providing tackles.
A goated defender.
He is a goated defender. He is still providing passes. He is still a very, very strong man. Also, we know him that he has been providing PSG with that back line of defense. He has strengthened that back four.
Right.
With Marquinhos, he is a very, very dangerous player still. And also David De Gea,
I don't think Luis Enrique is taking him anytime soon, because he had made this clear after the 2018 World Cup massacre that he won't be taking De Gea in his team. I don't know what to say. And what do you think about the not including Thiago in the team, Thiago Alcantara? What do you think? Because he is a very, very underrated passer of the ball. He has been doing it in Liverpool for a couple of years now, and he has been good with his passes, finding the wingers, finding Mo Salah, finding Jota on the wing sides. He has been good, and I don't see why Thiago Alcantara has been. The only reason I can find to this is that he had been injured for a couple of months, let's say. But I still think he has got that class in him. I still think he still has the potential to make it in the World Cup squad, and I do not find a reason to carry players like Soler and Pablo Sarabia. Which team is he playing in right now?
PSG, I guess.
Oh my god, I am sorry, I forgot about Sarabia. It's been a while I have seen Sarabia playing on the pitch. So
I personally feel that they could have gone with Oyarzabal.
Oyarzabal misses out as well. Yes.
Yes.
I guess he's injured.
Maybe he's injured, but if he's not, then he should have been added to the squad, because he has been providing goals for Real Sociedad, and
he is a very good player.
He is in form
in form.
But talking about De Gea, we were talking about De Gea, and one thing that I need to speak about that guy, I think he has given his career to Manchester United. He came to Manchester United when? In 2012 or 13 maybe?
11-12 season, I guess.
11-12 season.
It has been quite a while, and David De Gea has been providing that strength between the posts.
He had played with captains like Vidic, Rooney, he had played players with like Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Angel Di Maria, Pogba,
and now he's playing with Cristiano.
Don't
you think he has the best experience in the training grounds?
I think if there is currently the most underrated goalkeeper, it's David De Gea.
It is.
Like, if you see the current back four of Manchester United,
it's a bit shaky without Lisandro. Let's put Lisandro aside and see the whole this thing of defense of Manchester United.
Yeah,
is it a bit shaky?
I personally feel it's not shaky, but it's broken.
It is.
You see, keeping a captain like Maguire, I think it is very questionable. But you see, he is the main line of defense for Manchester United. He has saving Manchester United some very important matches. I think he should have been included. But see, we have to
respect Lucho's plans.
Yes, it is a coach's decision to include a player or not.
And I'm sure Unai Simon will come up with something. He has been a great penalty stopper recently, Unai Simon.
Definitely.
Let's talk about the lineup.
Yes, please.
So we have Unai Simon back at goal, Aymeric Laporte and Eric Garcia starting at centre back. Alba and Gaia. Alba or Gaia starting at the left back position, and on the right back we have Carvajal and Azpilicueta providing in the depth. In the midfield we have the defensive mid is pretty packed. I'm not sure whom Lucho is going to play because we have Busquets and Rodri. And on the midfield we up front we have Gavi and Soler on the midfield, and also Pedri and Koke. On the left wing forward we have Asensio and Herrera. And Morata starts centre forward, and Ferran and Nico. I don't know about a proper goal scorer whom Spain can depend on.
Yeah,
is it Morata?
I personally feel Morata has to step up his game if he wants to become that attacker or that striker that Spain needs. Maybe, but if you see, the tactics played by Luis Enrique is they're gonna have a very big task in for Busquets, Rodri, Pedri and Gavi, because from the midfield era, Luis Enrique depends on that midfield, isn't it?
Yeah, he surely does. The midfield is the most strongest link to Luis Enrique's forward, to Luis Enrique scoring goals.
And also midfield is that in midfield is the first line of defense, midfield is the second line of attack.
Right.
Midfield is that perfect combination. And also if we see players in the midfield like Gavi, Busquets, Pedri, I think we have that perfect combination of young players and old players that provides potential, that provides that fire, boost and also experience.
Right. Then the group of Costa Rica, Japan and Germany. Oh, well, that is a tough group. With Japan and Germany might come up with something.
Japan might be that black sheep of the group.
He might just turn out to be the dog. They might just turn out to be the dark horses. Germany, they can throw out a challenge to Spain. What do you think about that?
Germany, if we talk about Germany, disclaimer, we're gonna talk about Germany in the next upcoming podcast.
Yup, we are. Stay tuned.
Well, talking about Germany in a summary, Germany never had that star player. Like, if you talk about Portugal, you talk about Cristiano. Yeah. If you talk about Argentina, you talk about Messi. Right. If you talk about Spain, you talk about that three players in the name of Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets. But if you talk about Germany, you talk about Germany, right? You don't talk about the individual player, and that is their strength.
They're a strong team, aren't they?
They
just loop in forward balls. They don't give a jack about what people think. They just loop in forward.
Yeah.
No passes, no horizontal passes, no vertical passes. Yeah. They just loop in balls. They just throw balls at the striker. Yeah. And the striker has to score.
So you see, Spain versus Germany in the same group, and also if there is a match for them, right?
Right.
So that match is going to be a very interesting match, because two different style of plays, two different style of approaches by their coaches.
Right.
One is tiki-taka, one is cross.
Direct football.
I don't know where Germany might be a very strong team and might be a very tough opponent to beat for Spain, but then come on, it's Spain.
It's Luis Enrique.
We have to trust.
What are your predictions for this group? Which two teams do you think are going to qualify from? Group E.
Well, if you go by the public opinion, it's definitely the two teams, Spain and Germany. But
what about Japan and Costa Rica?
I am going to be a little different. Maybe it's not by maybe me being biased of Argentina. I don't want Germany to qualify.
Right. That horrific massacre. Okay.
But
is starting this year as well. He's in the team.
Yeah, Muller is there. Oh my God, Godze is there. But importantly, I go for the fans. I go for people. I talk for the people and about the people. So definitely, my prediction is Germany and Spain.
Japan is going to put up a show.
Japan might. So it might be Spain or Japan. Germany, I think they are.
Germany lacking Timo Werner at the same time. We'll discuss it in the next.
We will discuss it. But then for now, I think Spain is a great team. Spain is a very, very strong team to beat.
Right.
So if you need to beat Spain, you need to bring your A+ game.
Right. And Busquets as a lone DM, do you think that works for Spain at the moment? Because he has been going through a rough patch in last few months.
I think, yeah, Busquets is old. Busquets needs, I think one more DMF should have been added to the squad, but
there is Rodri.
Rodri is there. Okay, I'm so sorry. So I think Busquets is not alone. If Busquets needs some help, then
Lucho will preferably play only Busquets or Rodri as a lone defensive.
I think as a lone defensive.
Do you think Busquets' recent form is going to affect his game in the international stage?
I think it will affect, because you see him and his stats for Barcelona this current season is a little questionable.
Shaky,
and also there were rumors that he might retire from club football.
There were rumors.
So we don't know about it, but it is a World Cup season, and players are gonna give their 100% for their country. So we can't really question, but we can just keep our hopes high, because he is a man to look for.
Right.
He is that giant. He is a great player. He is that engine who goes on and on and on, providing assists, providing passes, key passes. So I think playing as a lone defensive midfield, I think Busquets can carry the team on his shoulders. And also players like Pedri and Gavi on the center mid, I think they are gonna provide him with that young run, and also make the place for them.
Make places for them. So lastly, let's talk about the strengths that Spain has this year. Perfect passes from Spanish Spaniards in the Spanish national team.
Also keeping heavy possession.
And keeping heavy possession. They are slow, but they're effective.
Well, you know the quote: slow and steady wins the race.
They do. They usually tend to build out from the back, and they like to keep things a bit steady, and they possess slowly. So, what do you think about Spain's run? Lastly,
I think my personal opinion that Spain might go through quarterfinals, but man, there are it is one of the most difficult World Cups to predict, man.
Yeah.
Every team is
strong.
strong.
So strong.
Every team has that depth. Every team has attackers, that defense line, their goalkeepers. You talk about Mexico's goalkeeper, you talk about German goalkeeper, you talk about Argentine goalkeeper.
They're on top of the game, aren't they?
Yes, they are on top of the game.
So
and,
for Bajaj, it's quarters final for Spain.
Well, don't quote me on this, but I will. I will predict that they might go to two quarters.
Right. I'm a Spain biased, as you know. My favorite national team is Spain, and I think Spain will go through the quarters to the semis. That's as far as I see this young team of Spain continues, and there are dark horse, certainly.
Yeah.
Let's keep the podcast still here for today. We'll be coming back with another team. We'll be coming back with Germany and France next episode. So stay tuned. And this is me, Parampreet, signing off.
And this is Ayush Bajaj signing off.